Yes.
Okay, cool. Hey guys, so we're gonna go over a scenario-based self-defense, I guess, concepts and techniques that a comrade had requested from me. So, in this scenario, what had happened was two comrades came back from working security at a protest. At the end of the night, they're exhausted. So, you're in a situation where it's not exactly the best. And what happened was, I'm the attacker. These are two comrades. The person had made a beeline for across the street. They weren't really paying attention. They just thought this person was going to go around them, like how most civil people would do. But instead, this person came down and headbutted one of their friends. And he fell down. He was hurt pretty bad. Glasses flew off. So now his vision, on top of that, is also impaired. And our friend here, like most sudden attack scenarios, is now sort of in shock, flight or flight mode. Keeping in mind, both people are armed, but that does not necessarily mean you want to just start opening up like Danny DeVito from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So, she also has a pepper spray on her, just to put the concept in there. So, unarmed, armed, and non-lethal options are available should it go there. So we're here. I've just headbutted the friend over here, and I'll let Claire take it away what she would do.
Okay, so we discussed this a little bit beforehand. My first instinct is to go to a hold. So I'll take you over what that looks like. Notice he's already past me with his arms and with his shoulders. So I have a good side target, I have a good rear target. What I'm actually going to do is take a diagonal step here so that my foot is between his legs. That keeps him from reorienting to attack me as easily. And I'm going to go for a hold around the neck with my right arm. Proceed to the back, where I'm going to wrap my forearm around my right hand. I'm going to grip my bicep, place my left hand on the back of his head. I'm going to use this right leg that I placed in between his legs to now begin a takedown on him. I'm going to step my left leg around the left side of his body. See how I've torqued him sideways. Now, I don't want him to fall on me backwards because I don't like the idea of having someone land on me on the pavement. If that's your thing, no kink shaming, but you know. So now I'm going to drag him across my right leg and take him to the ground. You may have to point that.
Yeah.
Okay, so at this point, he is laying on the ground. I have him in a rear chokehold. I want to orient my body next to his, wrap my leg around his left leg, and lock my feet together. That's going to keep him from using his leg against me, and I've got him in this chokehold. Now at this point, I can either attempt to choke him out, which he can show you that can work if I apply pressure, and I give my comrade time to get up, get his senses, figure out what happened, and then respond accordingly. And he can come punch him, whatever else.
So to this point, when he says early, Rico is the friend over here. Is he in frame?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So he had time to reorient himself. And from what I recall, when I was told, he was a little bit dazed. He wasn't out for good. So he gets back up. He wants to be in front of me because Claire cannot necessarily see what my hands are doing at all times. Mm-hmm. I might be going for a knife. I might have a friend coming around. Rico can look around, be a second set of eyes, restrain the weapon hand exactly, just doing that. And if he has to strike upon me, he's going to get down and use precision instruments like his elbow to drive it towards me, not at the partner over here. So that's how you can use teamwork tactics. But also, I would almost argue even more importantly is the fact that he can be a second set of eyes, because that's another extremely dangerous, likely scenario too. So that's if we had a friend there. Even if Rico wasn't here, this is a very, very compromising position for me to be in, for me to fight out of. Even if I had hands, Claire can be pretty cognizant of what this other hand is doing right now.
Now this left hand that he has here, if he was trying to punch me or go for a weapon or something,
right,
I can actually isolate this and use this to help with the choke.
Yep. Exactly. So that's one scenario. That's from unarmed. And I don't know the exact position in which the attacker was in relation to our friend over here. If we were, in this case, we were sort of almost shoulder to shoulder. Now maybe this person was behind. Even better, this person, the defender here, needs to get right up to the back. If I was a little bit forward, we're a little bit more even, right? So, so in this context, you're on the ground, you've been hit, right? And if we're over here, we're in this diagonal line. Claire would probably go for a nice back of the leg hit, which, depending on your level of skill, whether or not you've trained that or not, right? So you want to go ahead and give me a low round behind.
Well, and again, we'll cover some other scenarios or some other ideas that you can do here. From this position where I'm a little bit more forward, I'm actually going to try to pass this hand here. I'm going to come here. I'm in front now. My right leg is again between his legs, just this time in the front. I'm wrapping my right hand around his body. I'm grabbing his left leg with my left arm. And notice I'm not using my hand, which can, fail to grip or something like that. I'm using my forearm. And I'm putting that right behind his knee. I don't have to pick his leg up. Maybe he's a big guy, who knows? All I have to do is provide just enough force to get him to shift his body weight to his back leg. For most people, this is going to happen instinctually. And then I'm going to drive my weight forward on top of him. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Is there a reason why you didn't suggest that instead of Rico going down to his knee and elbowing, he just stomp
Can we
on
ask after the video?
the
Yeah,
guy's
we'll
knee?
cover that after the video.
Yeah, sorry.
Stomp on the knee.
Yes, that is absolutely a thing we can do. We're just trying to break this down into sections. It's okay.
Yeah. So that's one way, because again, we're thinking about what is the position in relation to your opponent. These things always matter. Am I in front? Am I all the way over here? Am I here? Am I here? Or am I past it? Right. So, and the other thing is, we know our friend was armed with non-lethal options. Pepper spray is great because it gives a ranged tool. It's not a lethal option. And so we're over here. I knocked over the friend.
I'm going to pretend this
Yeah.
magazine is
That's
pepper spray.
Pepper spray. So we went over this concept of whatever your lead hand is, that's your probing hand, it's your fastest tool, and it's your longer range tool. That's how you measure distance from it too. So at any point in time, she can do that, and she has the maximum range of her pepper spray to be deployed at me. Not so close to where she might risk it coming back into her as well, which does happen. So we're over here. I'm compromised. This really sucks. I'm blinded. It's really
Sound
sucking.
effects.
And if she needs to do a follow-up shot, it's 10 times easier now than ever now to do so. If I come closer, back up, she's just going to back up, watch where her backside is, and keep on pepper spraying as well. And she has her backhand ready to do something else, like in a typical fighting stance, right? Her power side is behind her if she needs to follow up and wall up there, too. So those are just some ideas, and yeah, that about covers it. Thank you.
I do want to cover
Yep.
one more thing before we stop.
Mm-hmm.
You still rolling?
Yep.
Okay. So, if you're not comfortable going to the ground, and obviously we can work on that, I want to cover a couple of striking things that you can do right here if you decide that striking is your better option. We're still to his side or to his back. If I were to get with the right foot forward, this is a really nice jab right here to the side of the head, which is going to suck. And I have a really nasty left cross right here. That's a potential knockout. You can substitute any of those for an elbow. Alternatively, if you prefer to fight left foot forward, I have a nasty cross to the front, and I can jab to the side. So there's lots of options there. And if you're comfortable with any like Muay Thai kicks, you can kick to the back of the leg there and attack them from the side. So you do have some striking options available to you as well.
Yeah. Great.
Do we want to cover questions because they had a good question?
Sure. What was your question?
Is there a reason why you're suggesting Rico go down to his knee and do the
For
elbow
precision. So reason why.
instead of simply stomping on the guy's knee?
Yes. So the reason for that
I
is
guess
because
we'll return back to where we were.
yeah, we'll get down here. So in this scenario, even though I have a significant amount of control, I assume that my attacker is still going to be fighting back. So this is going to be moving a lot. Right? Maybe he can hit, maybe he won't be able to. but with us moving around, the less precise his attacks are, the more likely he is to actually strike me in this. And if he were to strike me and cause it to break this hold, then we may have issues with our attacker again.
Yeah. Not,
Even-
his
Because the knees might be moving around and
Yes,
your
exactly.
top part is
I
stable.
Exactly.
guarantee you someone squirming is going to be doing all this shit.
Yep.
So Rico, his priority, this shouldn't be necessarily I need to finish this dude off. That can be an option, but it more or less is allow Claire to do her job easier. So if I'm doing this shit, right, he needs to get in there immediately, right? And better yet, you hook my arm too. If I'm going here, hook my arm. Yes, there you go. Yeah, isolate. Something like this is great. That's what we want for it. And yeah,
Loosen the hold on. Look at the camera.
So yeah, those are some things to consider. Every scenario, just no point A, correct answer to everything. Things are fluid in a real fight. These are just some ideas and concepts you can get behind. So appreciate it. Thank you. Did that cat get in there?